Top of the hour to you, coming live from our studios here in Kokomimle. This is Joy News Today. In our headlines, former chairman of the National Peace Council, Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante, wants government to make Election Peace Pact a legally binding document. Coalition of Domestic Observers identifies discrepancies in the data contained in the Provisional Voters Register.
So I'm happy that the challenges have been identified. That's first point. And I'm also happy that the Electoral Commission has accepted responsibility and provided some avenues or the steps that is taking to resolve the challenges.
These stories plus business news, sports news, and showbiz in the 60 minutes package of the news. My name is Sweetie Abochi. You want to stay for details. In our first story, the Coalition of Domestic Observers says it has identified discrepancies in the data contained in the Provisional Voters Register as compared to what the Electoral Commission gave and what the National Democratic Congress is also reporting. As the EC prepares to engage all actors in an inter-party advisory committee meeting today, CODEO is asking the EC to take steps that will effectively address the issues. And speaking to Joy News on the sidelines of the mediation dialogue organized by the Economic Community of West Africa State in Accra, Programs Director of CDD in charge of election security, Paul Mensah Abrampa, expressed hope that today's meeting would help to resolve all challenges.
Yeah, so the challenge was that there were discrepancies in the data in the register as compared to what the Electoral Commission gave and what the NDC also had. The Electoral Commission provided answer that there was a mistake on compiling previous transfer data and added it to what we have here. And because the challenge has been identified, they are going to purge the register, and after they do the corrections on all identified challenges through the exhibition, we'll have a clear register. No, CODEO also has our resource. I was just reading the exhibition reports, and it highlighted some of these challenges. But in all these challenges that we highlight, they are not challenges that are infinite. They are not challenges that cannot be resolved. They are challenges. So that's why I said it's one thing identifying the challenges, and one thing presenting the challenge to the authority, appropriate authority to resolve, and one thing for the authority to accept to resolve it. So I'm happy that the challenges have been identified. That's first point, and I'm also happy that the Electoral Commission has accepted responsibility and provided some avenues or the steps that is taking to resolve the challenges.
For the opposition National Democratic Congress in the Futu constituency, James Kofi Annan, is asking the Electoral Commission to, as a matter of urgency, conduct an audit of the entire 2024 Futu constituency voters register. He alleges that there are some 3,009 voters that have been transferred onto the register at the blind side of the NDC. James Kofi Annan is also demanding the removal and or the deletion of all those who have been illegally transferred onto the 2024 Futu Voters Register, and then a re-exhibition of the 2024 Futu Voters Register.
And a total of 846 voters were officially transferred onto the Futu Register, according to the daily printout that were given to all parties. This brought the total of the official voter transfers to 7,024. This is the highest recorded in the Central Region. However, upon examination during the voters' exhibition, we have discovered that the total number of voters transferred have jumped to 9,897. This means that the Electoral Commission has secretly transferred 3,009 votes onto the register at the blind side of the NDC.
So how is the NDC approaching this meeting? Let me bring in the Deputy Director of Elections with the party, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer. Doc, thank you for joining us, and then he's on Zoom. So all set for the party, and what will you be demanding from the Electoral Commission, knowing the EC's admission of discrepancies in the register?
Very well. We are demanding that the right things are done. They make sure that all the discrepancies, as we are going to present to them today, are resolved before the final register is given to us. We are very clear in our mind, and that is why we wanted the media to come and broadcast it live. But nonetheless, the EC seems not to be ready for live broadcast. We will find innovative means of making sure that we broadcast the discussion live for the general public to have a feel of the extent of damage they have caused to the voter register.
Is this legally acceptable? If the EC does not admit the media in that meeting, should you be the ones doing that?
What is illegal about making sure that there's transparency in whatever they are doing? I don't know the people who are saying their organization is transparent in whatever they are doing. They have transparency in their motto. Is that not true?
Right.
There's transparency in their motto. So why are they running away from transparency?
Right. So this
There's
meeting
transparency
could...
in there. So we are only promoting their transparency. And the document that we are going to discuss is a public document. It's not a classified document that you cannot discuss it publicly and all that. It was exhibited. People saw it. Everybody went and looked at it. And so if we are coming to tell you some of the challenges we have seen in the document, and we want the general public to come along with it, why are you running away from it?
All right. Dr. Computer, thank you so much for joining us.
Grateful.
Now, my colleague, in other stories, a former chairman of the National Peace Council, Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante, is asking government to make the Election Peace Pact a legally binding document. The Peace Pact has been an object of controversy for a while, with the opposition National Democratic Congress refusing to sign it for varied reasons. Speaking on Newsdesk earlier today, Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante said making it a legally binding document will force presidential candidates to sign the pact, ending any brouhaha. Most Reverend Professor Asante is also asking presidential candidates to subject themselves to a debate to contest ideas they want to implement. He believes this will deepen Ghana's democracy.
It's what is being done. You know, in the past, people have not come together to Georgia. The NDC and the EC have had, problems in the past not coming together the way they should to discuss issues. I'm hoping that there will be open and frank discussions that will, in the final analysis, bring about some form of agreement. I mean, people's grievances cannot be totally dealt with in an election of this nature in any country. We don't have that. But at least we should be able to promote some form of agreement that will enable us to pursue our elections before and after in peaceful means. For me, it is very, very important. If parliamentary candidates will respect the public and, offer themselves to debate issues. After all, how many people in Ghana would even take time to listen to these things? But the majority of us might want to listen to that. And there are people who are committed to particular political parties. Such debates won't change anything for them. But there are those such debates will help them decide. And so anything that will help us promote our democracy must be encouraged.
Moving on, Deputy Executive Director of the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development has called for proper targeting of farmers affected by the prolonged dry spell in the country. Mr. Daniel Banuku stressed the need to differentiate between small-scale and large-scale farmers, noting that the impact of the drought on these two groups is not the same. He also cautioned that the relief support announced by the government should not end up in the wrong hands. Upper West Regional Correspondent correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam announced last week that government has allocated 8 billion Ghana cedis to provide relief and some mitigative measures for the farmers affected by the dry spell. He, however, considered that the response may not entirely neutralize the extent of the problem, but will certainly help in stabilizing the situation until the country gets out of the crisis. Though government is yet to redeem its pledge, red flags has already been raised from the civil society front regarding the mode of distribution. Speaking at a press conference in Wa, Deputy Executive Director of Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, CODEO, Daniel Bononko, warned that it should not be an avenue for them to share their monies to persons who are not affected by the drought.
And what is the severity of the impact on each of them, and therefore determine a kind of a compensation package that will be fair, equitable, and transparent to all of us. And so if the ministry and government is sincerely interested in addressing the real impacted in this drought, this for us would be one of the approaches. There could be many, but this would be one of the approaches that can ensure proper targeting and ensure efficiency in the distribution of the resources and ensure that there is equity in the use of public funds in augmenting the situation that we find ourselves in.
Senior lecturer at the Simon Diodondombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies, Professor Samuel Bonya, sees the plan of the government to dole out relief to victims of the drought as treating the symptoms of the drought rather than the cost.
You would find that many assistance programs, in fact, result in increased vulnerability to future drought events by making individuals even more reliant on government programs and assistance from donor organizations because of the long-term socioeconomic and environmental impact of drought. Droughts are far the most damaging of all natural disasters.
Reporting for Dway News, Rafiq Salam. Wa.
Let's still stay in the northern belt because drivers and heavy-duty equipment operators employed in the Upper East region under the District Road Improvement Program have praised the government for creating jobs for them. In Bolgatanga, where they underwent training in preparation for the start of the project, the drivers and operators promised to show their appreciation by working hard to ensure the timely repair of all roads earmarked under the program in this region. Correspondent Albert Sori reports.
A comprehensive two-day training session was conducted for 450 drivers and heavy-duty equipment operators from the 15 districts and municipalities in the Upper East region. The selected drivers and operators were persons with prior experience operating the machines. The training was meant to optimize the District Road Improvement Program by equipping participants with the necessary skills to effectively operate the equipment. The participants were given in-depth instructions on the operational manuals for the diverse range of equipment, followed by hands-on practical sessions. This enabled them to test, drive, and operate the machines before the official handing over. Musa Osman is the Upper East Regional Coordinator for the District Road Improvement Program.
We are pretty hopeful that apart from the road access, good roads that we have to use, and the fact that it is going to impact on commerce, production, and industry, we are also thinking that by the mere provision and operations of this equipment, it is going to provide employment to not less than 8,000 to 9,000 people countrywide.
Bolgatanga Municipal Chief Executive Rex Asanga said the District Road Improvement Program had brought relief to their assemblies. He assured the people of his municipality that the road network will be improved.
In the past, the assembly had tried, and we hired some graders, but they were so expensive that we could not do much. But within this intervention, I'm very sure that we are going to do a lot more in terms of opening up new roads and in terms of grading some of the existing roads that are in very deplorable state.
The drivers and other equipment operators said the district road improvement program has given them jobs. They promised to show their appreciation to the government by working hard to ensure that the objectives of the program are achieved.
I'm very, very happy, and not only me. But some of us have been sitting down a long time because we was having a job. The job was not stable. So when you work, they give to the contractors. And the foreign contractor, when he came here, he worked 4 years. He was sitting down, be looking at another job.
With the economy we are in now I'm employed. I'll be able to earn something at the end of the month to cater for my family and then other needs.
Our road there, we can see that it's working on, and we shall always make our place to be nicely, and our workers here, we are ready to support and make the place nice.
For Joy News, Albert Sori, Bolgatanga.
Let's return to some political stories. Now, the New Patriotic Party's presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has taken his campaign to the Ayawaso West Wuogon, Adentan, and Medina constituencies in the Greater Accra region. As part of his constituency focus tour, he visited Santana Market in Tesano. Speaking at a stakeholder engagement in Ayawaso West Wuogon, Dr. Bawumia pledged to use digitalization as a key tool for job creation if elected. Kennedy Jesse reports. My colleague Kenneth Jesse is joining us right now from where the team is. And Kenneth, thanks for joining us. Where has Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia visited, and where else is he? What else has he been telling the electorates?
Well, of course, he's been repeating his message of digitalization, saying that Ghanaians should give him the mandate so that he can use that to transform the country, create jobs, better the economy. Now, the MPP flag bearer has a very packed campaign activity today. From Impatam, where he just finished speaking, he's expected to make a stop at the Accra College of Education to participate in what they call Bawumia Youth Connect. From there, he will have a meet and greet at School Junction and then participate in Juma prayers at the Central Mosque. He is also expected to make stops at the Victory Presby Church at Frafraha, Central Pentecost Church at Oyarifa, have another meet and greet at Zongo Junction through Medina Zongo, and then climax the day at the Bauleshi Park at Bauleshi. So, sweetie, it's a very packed day of activities, sending his message of transforming the country through digitalization, one constituency at a time.
Right. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for bringing us those updates on the tour of the Vice President. Now, the countdown to the December 7th election is on, with 93 days to go. Parties are still aggressively campaigning, either to take over the seat of government or be maintained in power. But the campaigns are not free from the funny side. Prince Kwame Kuduga brings you some of the humorous moments of the campaign season.
So which one is better, home used or brand new?
Minyanya president. Enti muvote mamia. Mubenya brand new tier rubber president. Na omampenye da radia. Muvote mamna. Na mwanya second hand failed president.
Na obise on the gentleman obey tier rubber president. It is a president for. Na obinso yetumana obey home second hand. I just used a driver. You see, second hander. And now you adidada ye penisa. We say adidada and so and experience a womb.
Then the 24-hour economy policy of the NDC has been up for discussion.
Hospitality industry, our restaurants, our discotheques, our nightclubs, our hotels, 24/7, 24 hours a day.
Running mate to the flag bearer of the governing NPP, Dr. Matthew Boku-Prempeh, says he has a stronger reason why the policy is not feasible. Now the droughts in the northern regions have caused fears of imminent food shortage, but no one knows the cause.
Bibia ayedin omo bad luck nti metimi aka say omo bad luck nti so afi insurance to.
Again, Dr. Baumia is strongly defending his records as vice president, which he says qualifies him to be the next president.
Ejuma amaye with the 33 policies about Ghana. 33 Oman Penny Dada, not even one. On Bankupre only policy. Bankupre only policy. Not one. India Kayabo footballer Anka 33-0.
Some people today want to run for president, and so they have quickly pulled themselves back and are washing their hands and behaving as if they were not part of it. All of them, they did inside. When Vice President Baumia was saying, our economic management team, we have Professor Jambafo, we have Alan Chiramating, we have Honorable Osafo Mafo, we have Ken Oforiata. What a solid team. What a solid team, Elia.
But who exactly was this job for?
Economists here, Nehojo, Onyansafu Oba, Onyansafu Awanomusa. Oh, Mukaso Nyamia Shirayo, Nyamia Shirai. And now we catch him say, Ghana, Eya Benya, Onyansafu Awanomusa.
As election day approaches, the fun and punches keep flying. Politics in Ghana is never boring after all. Prince Kwame Kudo guest report for John.
Indeed, the fun continues because the season is ripe for it. But in other stories, the best onto the Botswana music scene in 2005 and 2 decades later remain popular with both the young and old. That is the story of Culture Spears, a Tswana traditional music group still making waves. They have earned accolades, including Botswana's Presidential Award of Merit and a performance invite from former SA President Thabo Mbeki in 2008. Maxwell Agbagba reports from Gaborone.
Here in the central business district of Gaborone, Kabelo Mogwe, leader of the group Culture Spears, is performing one of their hit songs titled Kulenyani. The song addresses themes of infidelity, adultery, and promiscuity among both men and women. I've now had a chance to speak with Kabelo, who breaks down the meaning behind Kulenyani.
When I'm saying Takuse, I'm talking about the shoes. The shoes that were by Kulenya. And then who's Kulenya? Kulenya is the man who is cheating me, who's entering my house. You know, this is common in Africa. Okay. Everywhere you can see there's a cheater. Kulenya, I'm referring to someone who can cheat me.
The group performs at high-profile events both in Botswana and internationally, earning numerous awards and becoming one of the most successful acts in Botswana's local music scene. Culture Spears was honored with the Presidential Award of Merit, and in 2008, they were invited by South African President Thabo Mbeki to perform for him.
Listen, we're putting on our traditional dancing shoes.
Oh, yes. Now, this group appeals both to the old and to the young. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Culture Spears with the dazzling Chama Girl.
Kabelo Mogwe, the group's leader, explains their mission to encourage the youth to reconnect with and embrace their cultural heritage.
I want to visit Ghana because Ghana, I always visit some social media platforms like I Google and I use YouTube, and then I see how they live in Ghana. I see Ghana people, they are very friendly. I want to go there, and I can know that we used to perform even for Ghana people. They are married here in Botswana. They used to call us.
Tatayoni Kwati runs an NGO and is among the young people who have a deep love for the music of Culture Spears.
They are bringing us the messages from back in the days, because these are things that on our age right now with the society that we are living in, they don't even know anything about history, but through music they can learn and know.
We take a break on Joy News today, but still to come in business news. Fitch projects inflation to ease 20.8% by end of 2024.
Welcome back to Business on Newsdeck. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Inflation will continue to ease over the short term ending 2024 at 20.8%. That's according to Fitch Solutions Inflation Report Outlook. At the same time, food prices will continue to decline. Here's more in this report. According to the UK-based firm, inflation will average 22.1% in 2024. Inflation fell to 20.9% in July 2024 from the peak of 54.1% posted in December 2022. Into 2025, inflation will continue on a downtrend, averaging 16.2%. Although inflationary pressures are easing, they remain higher than what consumers were used to pre-pandemic, when inflation in Ghana averaged 12.4% from 2015 to 2019. This highlights how consumers will continue to face inflationary pressures in the short term. However, the continuous slowing of food inflation will be beneficial for consumer spending on other goods and services, given that food and non-alcoholic drinks account for more than 42% of total household spending in Ghana. Nonetheless, key household spending segments such as housing and utilities and transport prices are seeing their inflationary pressures rise. Now, moving on, free consultation, discounted license items and goodies are some of the things you expect when you visit the stand of Global Lighting Center at this year's EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. This indigenous lighting company, which has been in existence for almost 20 years, promises patrons quality for our portable indoor and outdoor lighting, as well as wall lighting accessories. Joy Business caught up with Nicolas Sowate, sales executive at the Global Lighting Center, and spoke on this story.
For over 20 years, indigenous lighting company Global Lighting Center has been providing a full range of bespoke interior and exterior lights for homes, offices, gardens, and more. Their offerings include chandeliers, ceiling lights, wall lights, floor lamps, spotlights, track lighting, and what have you. They also have in stock other electrical appliances such as ceiling fans. We caught up with Nicolas Sowate, a sales executive, ahead of the Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair.
Global Lighting Center, if I may start, just like the name suggests, Global Lighting Center is a lighting company that has been in the lighting industry for over 20 years. And what has kept us very relevant is our quality that we bring into the market. And what we do is we deal in interior, exterior lighting, and we also have the electrical parts that we also do as in Global Lighting Center. So what we do is in the first fix, we have the first fix product like the PVC pipe, the conduit boxes, the pattress boxes, the distribution board as well, and the 3x3 conduit boxes. Then when you go to the second fix, we have the cables and the wiring for any other accessories that comes with it. Then for the text phases, that is where we come in with the lighting, the switches and sockets, and also the ceiling fan as well. So these are the phases that we master or we deal in.
Let's talk about quality. I see a lot of products here in your showroom, but how good are these products?
Okay, so when we talk of quality, what we do is we have partnered with some lighting companies across Europe and few in Asia. So we make sure that we identify with our products. The product that you see in Global Lighting here, you will not see it in any lighting company across the country. even because we identify with our product, anytime you buy from us and you take it to any of our branches, you don't even have to show so much proof to know that you bought from Global Lighting. As soon as they see the light, they know this is coming from Global Lighting. And we make sure that the lights that we've partnered with are the best when it comes to lighting in Europe and in Asia as well.
I mean, the bit about quality also brings to fore, you know, affordability. I mean,
WO4 Business. My name is Winston Taki. We have more news for you after this break. Stay tuned.
Time now to bring you sports here on a journey today with me, Muftaro Nabila. Some fans who were at the stadium to watch the Black Stars against the Palencras Negras, and there was a mixed reaction to the outcome of the game.
Well, na boys no so ya ade de bia me kan boys no my ade nya me hira won aya mo boys no ya ade aya mo like vim what you say ba mu kasa na mo ye mo anya de asad na nyo it mo vim because game na nya de bia na wo sani pa she anytime de bia na Friday what you say boys no my ade go number no chese wan next time no ye be sure because last time ye share mo.
I think it was a good game for me because the Black Stars, their performance is not good of late. The last time we had some 4 goals, we all enjoyed the night, but we all know the performance is not that good. So losing this game and ending a very, very good run of wins at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium for the Black Stars. In fact, a 24-year record or something. That's bad to lose the record, you know, but losing it, for me, it's fine for me because the Black Stars is not that good.
Where are we? Baba Yara losing here for the first time in 24 years. It has been coming. I mean, there are a lot of factors. Looking at how the team has been poor defensively under Otuado, and even looking at how the team failed to win convincingly under Chris Hughton. I think there had to be a reality check somewhere. We can take the off-the-field issues. We know the pitch is not good. We know there are a lot of things in terms of the venue, the atmosphere, and the grounds itself.
In everything, we give God the glory. But I go blame Coach Otuado. It be like say Angola, the last 8 games, they never lost. And their game plan, their action zone, they play their games in their own half, inviting you, the opponent, make you come forward, like they catch you on counter break. This thing, as a coach, you go sit down, make the thing happen 1, 2, 3. If you than your technical team, you go reason fast. Yeah.
Can't you see now to Ado? As somebody say, and now changes be her also a bantam. Am I changes be her? Or say bantam, who to say Nimuana lose. And Nimuana lose cry on confound to me a possess ball a chain. And yes, changes be her no by your uncle Nas and no homework ye.
And the National Sports Authority, they have closed down the Baba Yara Sports Stadium until the next international window. That next international window will have Ghana coming up against Sudan in the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. We expect a statement from the National Sports Authority in the next couple of hours. Head on to myjoyonline.com and read that specific story as many as other stories that happened during Ghana's game against Angola.
Hello there, it's weekend already, and you're welcome to the Showbiz segment with me, Jacqueline and Sumaya Boa. So first story, switching from secular to gospel music is no small feat. But for some Ghanaian artists, it's a journey of personal transformation. Akese Brempong, one of Ghana's beloved gospel musicians, recently opened up about his own unexpected musical past.
The world of music often sees artists change their tune quite often. Some, like Kwame Eugene, moved from gospel to secular sounds, while others, like OJ Black, found their true calling in gospel after starting in the secular world. Each transition tells a story of personal growth, and Akese Brempong has one of his own. Akese Brempong revealed in an interview with Irene Edubia Ainin on the Career Trail TV program that during his senior high school days, he had a knack for wooing girls, not with gospel, but with smooth R&B tunes. He even kept a book full of Westlife lyrics, perfect for serenading his crushes.
I started singing for the girls,
in SHS.
No.
You know, I started singing for them, and they fell for it. So there's this book, then there's all of Westlife's songs in it. You buy the cassette, you get the book, you learn all the songs.
And then go and sing,
for the girls, you know. And it was a thing.
But life had bigger plans for Akese. His journey took a divine turn in university when a simple visit to a church meeting led to him being asked to lead the choir. That moment was the catalyst for his transformation.
Gideon dragged me to one of their meetings. One day, the music director there was teaching a song. He was fumbling with it. He was teaching the harmonies and fumbling. So we went to tell the music director that the guy sitting there, the first year guy, is really good. He can teach this song. And the guy called me up to help him teach it. I taught the song in 15 minutes. It's like, wow, this guy is good. So I started directing the pencil choir right from the first day.
Oh, okay.
I went to rehearsal. I discovered my purpose for life in uni, right? Everything crystallized for me. After uni, I knew where I was taking my life. I knew that the call of God was upon me.
From charming hearts with R&B to touching souls with gospel, Akese Brimpon's story shows the unexpected ways in which life guides us to our true purpose. Irene Edubia Aining's report, read to you.
On that note, it's a wrap for the showbiz segment with me, Jacqueline and Sumaya. Do all to have an amazing weekend. Over to you, CT.
Jackie, did you see the photos of the same lady, Chidema, when she was in the Nigerian pageant? The photographer did not do justice to her at all.
I know,
now
right?
I've seen she's so fine. She's so fine. But that's how we're wrapping up on the Joy News Today bulletin this afternoon. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. From Jacqueline and I, it's bye for now.